here, so expecting some magic out of them as they did show versus Liquid. They were very strong originally on this first half. We're right into this, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for sticking with us during the break. And we're into a quick A play for Misfits. Jumping across the site is Shazam. First frag going to be found, and FNS dead. The site opened up and even followed through. It's Amanek to do work. Great site take so far from Misfits. No utility needed, just taking raw aim duels, and it's going to work out well. 2 players left up for CLG. Retake looking to be impossible, surely, with a 2-on-4. They have the kid on Ricky at least, but Misfits just have so much control of the site. The bomb's down, there's no need to peek, and they have crossfires available. So CLG really stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah, very easily cleaned up there by Misfits. Really clean take, only lose 1 player on the round, which was sick. Good stuff from Sean Garrett and Shazam, 2 kills apiece. So when it's all said and done, it's quite simple there for Misfits to pull off the first round. And of course, we are going to be CLG, I imagine, looking to do some type of force buy situation. We do see a CZ already out onto Finesse and the head armor as well. But everybody else is taking a more conservative approach, actually. Not a lot of armor coming off the back of Ricky Kusta. That leads me to believe they're going straight into double op opening gun round. Like, they want to just really save their money on those 2 players.
Yeah, it would make some sense at least. Misfits, a lot of SMGs to make money here, so CLG got to be careful, especially being armorless. It's quick into main, they burst with the flash, and they get 2. Ricky, how does he do that? USP work. Although it's sick to come out through the squeaky door, catch these guys in the backside as they attempt to leave the main area. Going to force them to stay in there, and with that information, Misfits just darting down to B. Bomb going to be there, they've got everyone in position. This is a cool smoke as well from Amanek. This cuts off the vent, and that will be what you would assume to be the round. A weapon could be saved from FNS, but he has armor, so he could do it, but realistically, probably just going to look to hold on.
Yeah, I mean, having a MAC-10 and AK to carry over into the next round actually allow you to still pose a really good threat. Trying to retake here with no kit, no utility would be pretty difficult, so I think, yeah, it's really the goal just to kind of save. I'm sure Kusta is definitely going to be looking to hunt with the Deagle. He doesn't really have that much to hold on to, but it will go down. Sick, able to claim that pretty easily. That almost got really dicey for Misfits, though. I mean, where the bomb went down at on that A main push, it's Sick wouldn't have been able to put pressure on from Squeaky Door and pull kind of people back into A main. They may have not been able to get that bomb back, and they would have been in a really bad spot. But luckily, Sick able to lay down the hammer with the UMP. They're able to get the bomb into the B bomb site, and they do lock up the round and make it 2-0. So avoiding any shenanigans out of CLG in that round. But again, they get to carry over some firepower into this, which makes them a little bit more dangerous to deal with.
Yeah, so moving forward 2-0 now. Again, I'm worried for CLG in the sense that Misfits have proven their strong T side on this map. If they can continue in that kind of stride, then we could be seeing a very one-sided affair. Even though Liquid brought it back, they got absolutely decimated when they were on CT. So CLG got to be very, very aware of that. And I'm sure they are. I'm sure they watched the game, or at least watched it back. Had some information. But it's, again, another anti-eco for Misfits. And aside from that solo AK and some armor brought alongside the MAC-10 on Ricky, as you said, this is looking like a pretty weak buy. Even that AK is on the wrong side of the map as well. So Misfits looking to make an A play, and there's no defense there. CLG, they've wrapped players off of the site into the highway, giving up full control. And while they've got an aggressive mid flank, which will result in a quick, backstab from Ricky, that's really all they've got going for them. Misfits just going to take control. Although first kill coming out from Ethan, the flank finds itself won, but again, Misfits will get on top of things. FNS going to be have to be the man to step up here, and he kicks things off, but he gives away his position in the meantime. So Misfits poised and ready to deal with this one. They've got double setup towards the back of quad, and no Molotov to force them out. They're aware of this. The CLG aren't going to have utility. This is so clear. FNS pushing back in. He lines up for Devedevek.
Yeah, lines him up and knocks him down. 3-0 here for Misfits. Again, a pretty clean round. They open up as default as it gets, but quickly transition into an A attack, and they make their way through with little resistance. But CLG now going to be able to get the full buy, and again, the money is there for double op setup, though there won't be armor on Kusta if he decided to go for an op, so he'll instead decide to go for the M4 utility set, and so they'll just let Ricky do the toting of the big green by himself. And it looks like we are going to be seeing Misfits open up default once more, which is typically going to be Amanek outside B and Sick Door, and the rest kind of working some type of mid control or A main. We saw Misfits against Liquid playing a lot more faster pace early round executes, but here they seem to be kind of taking a more methodical approach, kind of getting back to their roots that they're so well known for. No really initiation from CLG either, by the way, though they did actually push Cutler into B lobby, but the B player's playing very passive, so there won't be any interactions going on here.
I think it's a massive mistake for Cutler to not have armor into this round. I hope that doesn't come back to haunt him. Again, maybe just chuck him on the AWP at least, just to negate that issue. But either way, mistakes do happen. Misfits looking to make some pressure on middle. Molotov's going over, smoke some flashes as well. We're going to see this fast burst that we've seen time and time again from them, at least earlier versus Liquid. They take control, and there's nothing here for CLG, nothing aggressive at least. It's going to be one player back towards the Z and another player up on highway as well. So crossfire, but Kusa's position given away, and that's awkward now because they have Molotovs to deal with that. Shazam, quick entry. So Ethan's dead. Going to mean Kusta has to swing wide, and he does. Meantime, no Misfits have dropped into the vents, and they're going to try and get themselves onto B. FNS alone towards the back of the site. Nice pop flasher, gets them all blind, but he misses the shot. So Devaduvek, he pulls it back for Misfits, and while time is low, the bomb should be going down here.
Oh, no, it's not. It's out in mid-main.
Oh, wait, what?
The bomb's still down in mid-garage. They have to go back and get it.
God. How did I miss that?
I really hate to see it.
How did they miss that? 19 seconds.
Really hate to see it.
I don't even know if they have time here. I think CLG might have worked it out.
They better have a smoke to block this truck player because all he needs is one frag getting the bomb down with the AWP and they're boned.
CLG have no idea what's going on. They're running back into the site. 8 seconds. They might be able to get the plant. Oh, Ricky, he grabs the kill, but it's going down. Misfits just get it in the nick of time, and they'll even catch Ricky off guard trying to move back towards the car. A massive mistake from Misfits, but somehow they've recovered. It's a 1-on-2, and I have no idea how this has happened. Oh, Kusta. One frag, flash through. He looks for a little bit more. No kit to play with, so time is of the essence. And Amanek, he's only got a Mach 10, so suddenly things looking up here for Kusta. This angle going to be good for Amanek, though. He doesn't expect the off one. The Misfits, they'll pick it up, but Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the Mach 10 in that 1v1 actually wasn't too bad because Kusta doesn't have head armor, right? So the Mach 10, with its mobility, still able to one-bullet headshot people, so it didn't really wind up mattering there. But what did almost wind up mattering was that bomb dropped in mid-garage. That was almost a massive mistake that was going to make them suffer some massive repercussions, but they do wind up being able to get things through with the skin of their teeth, and so it's now 4-0, and likely a 5th round coming up for Misfits. That's just usually the way things flow with the economy situation the way that it is, but we'll see if these two CCs from CLG can throw a wrench in things, so to speak. Mach 10's out for Misfits looking to farm.
Yeah, we've got another Zeus in as well. We saw Fugly using this quite a lot on Train earlier. Nice shot from Ethan. Shuts down Shazam. He was having his own issues earlier on this exact map. I hope we don't see that again. He can be such a good player when he's on form. But already shut out of this round with the Deagle. Misfits got to slow things down now. Try and look for a trade. Try and get some information before they commit. And
I wonder who's about to get trolled in vents with this Zeus that Ricky has.
Yeah,
I even have a player in Vince to like bait them in to the Zeus.
Yeah, as I said, like Fugly even got a kill with it earlier on Train. You know,
there's few things more triggering than getting Zeus. Maybe getting knifed might be up there, but we'll see. Looks like it's going to get bypassed as they're looking to get up highway into the A bomb site. No one really there to spot it. Just passively playing from trucks. They should have no problems getting in.
Yeah, time ticking away, but as you said, no control for CLG. This should be the site for Misfits, and there's the kill. Ethan dead, that Deagle player forced out. And Amanek, he's holding rotations. He hasn't spotted Kusta up here in the Z, but he should be able to. Nice reaction, at least, to the spray, but it's Cutler to come in from behind, swooping down like Batman, grabs the frag, but it's only a Mach 10. That's why Amanek can afford to play alone.
Okay.
Oh, what? How does he hit that?
Just stepped out, and the last bullet gets the dome of FNS, so just Cutler and Ricky left here. Cutler has the Mach 10 and small armor. Maybe looking to see if he can't get some money out of this Mach 10. Certainly will be worth it.
I'd like to, this round seems to be over, so I'd like to actually ask, what are your thoughts on the amount of Mach 10 usage we see from Misfits? They pull it up a lot, and not only do they like to pull it up, they never pull up any other SMGs. They never really throw in UMPs. Well, they play Mach 10s into buy rounds quite a lot. Bonus rounds are very common for this team. What are your thoughts?
I mean, Sean Games is a student of the game. I know that he has a lot of respect for Existence over at LDLC, and they do the exact same thing. And it's just because up against players that don't have head armor, which is very common on CT side because you're usually going to prioritize getting utility over head armor, the Mach 10 against, you know, small armor, if you want to call it that, is actually very effective, particularly just because of how mobile the Mach 10 is. I mean, you can just run, jump around, and all you need is one bullet to land in their face, and it's over. So yeah, it's definitely very viable to carry over. It's also dirt cheap, right? It's like 10.50, so you get 2 kills, it pays for itself, or at least you open up a round with very little cash invested. So it definitely can be really good stuff, as we do see Misfits, again, just taking things quite slow in this round. Just playing very default. CLG looking to contest mid directly with Cutler and company just playing underneath the boost, but Misfits Taking their time with this one. Again, it's a very different look from Misfits compared to what we saw against Liquid earlier today, where they were much more faster paced.
Like on their anti-ecos, they were playing very slow and holding out for aggression. But when it came to buys, you're right. Yeah, they were just playing quick executes, quick bursts, especially on A lot of mid control. And even when they did go for slow rounds, they would usually like take mid, kind of hold on to mid control for a bit, then split late round into sites or either vents or up through highway. So it's a surprise. But this passive control from Misfits has allowed CLG to take map control for their own.
Now, Misfits knows it's someone's sunroom with all these smokes that they're seeing, so it's their choice whether they want to just back off, or they may know, hey, if he's holding sunroom, that means he's probably the only guy B-side, so if we can overwhelm him and get into B quickly, we can beat the rotate. But FNS doing a great job pop flashing and getting the hell out of there. That was way too dangerous, and he was able to manage.
Yeah, now the orbs rotating in as well. Kusta's going to be in position, so FNS isn't completely left out to dry as Misfits. With 20 seconds left, they have to go for a play. They have to get this bomb down. At least they got it on their back this time, but Sean Gez is nowhere near the cavalry. They'll begin to push on through, but they really need to speed things up. FNS still in the back lines. Finally, they're going to take him down, and Kusta dropped as well. Misfits can get this bomb plant, but with the time being low, Ricky goes for the risk, and it will find the reward. One kill with the AWP through the smoke, and now the retake is on for CLG. Two players very tagged up. This is going to make things difficult, but Misfits, they're not too healthy, at least on their side as well. Shazam and Amanek have been hit, and now they're going to start to push in through that lower smoke. The Molotov forces Sick to the back of the site, and he can't defend his teammate, so damage coming through from both ends. But the two low HP players left standing, this round looks to be over for CLG, unless Ricky can go absolutely huge. No one going to be overfacing him. No one going to be peeking. But that is disgusting. Ricky, a wallbang. And he knows Six towards the back of the site as well, but he also knows he doesn't have time. Gets the kill on the exit, but the round is over. That's a sick first shot, though.
Yeah, it's one of those that it's so anticlimactic, though, because it doesn't have an impact on the round. Like, yeah, sure, you're forcing them to rebuy, but it doesn't get you that victory. It doesn't give you that satisfying feeling of it having some type of role in a victory or something. But it's still flashy and fun to watch nonetheless, as Misfits almost found themselves in the losing end of that round, just getting too bogged down. You know, Finesse being able to stall them out at B lobby, be able to retreat, not get picked off, not give them the advantage that they wanted. And then Ricky coming out with the option of the smoke getting a kill was also big. If he would have gotten the bomb planter instead or stopped the bomb from crossing sight, he would have won his team the round. So it was definitely worth going for. Just unfortunately, he didn't find the right target, so the bomb still was able to make its way in, get the plant, and Misfits still come up with the round.
Yeah. Definitely worth it, because the alternative is, oh, he gives them site control, and now they have a man up, they have bomb down, and CLG in for a retake with an orb. It's just like, it's unrealistic. So, yeah, worst situation, you die, nothing happens, but alternatively, if he doesn't go for the play, they're probably not going to win the round anyway. So definitely worth it.
Indeed it is, as we are going to see CLG back onto a very low buy situation, really. Ricky still has the AWP, but other than that, not a whole lot.
Yeah, Boss into middle for Sick. Nice quick kill, Cutler dead. So Misfits are man up. Not that they needed any assistance. It's a burst into B. But look at this from Ricky. He's pushed all the way up outside of check his 2 kills. Looks for 3 and he gets it. There's more players to find though. As they jump on the boxes, it's Kusta to bail him out and even damage through the smoke. Kusta cleans up the job, and Ricky, what a massive round with the AWP. We're early days, and while Misfits is 6-1 up, he's been showing form.
Yeah, that shotgun op up close on B lobby, they just had no idea where it was coming from. All the focus as they were coming and spilling out of vents was focused on back checkers, clearing blue, you know, getting eyes on the site, and just not expecting that op to be in the corner like that. Then a beautiful pot flash came in to save Ricky's life, keep him alive, keep him putting down pressure. Kusta's the one who mops up the end, but still some great work there. That gets a point on the board. Maybe it gives some life to CLG, as Misfits may once more be looking to deter from that default and look for something early. You see them setting up utility at the A-bomb site. They got some numbers in door as well. Looks like it's going to be a fast explode.
Yeah, indeed. Ethan tries to defend it. Molotov down, but they push preemptively. It's well timed, but Ethan can still get work done. 1 kill and more tag damage done. Amanek held back by the flames, but eventually they'll dissipate. Look at that push from Kusta. Up quick through the rafters. Catches him off guard through the smoke. And now it's Devadevek left in the site. 1 minute on the clock. They don't know exactly where he is, but they know he's somewhere about. He's already found himself a kill, so they've got to watch their backs as he sits around the edge, spots a player dropping. We'll hear the footsteps as well as he tries to wrap the backside of quad, but there's so many CTs. As soon as he spots one, even if he gets a free 1v1, which looks possible, they'll be able to trade just seconds after, so it's quite difficult. Molly in. They'll begin to double push. He's trying to find this one car player. as he knows a Molotov came from that position. He's not given an option. There's the player in main, and there's his death. Kusta 3 kills, and at least it's not just Ricky today. Kusta's doing damage as well, where it really matters.
Yeah, we're seeing a couple of big individual efforts win rounds for CLG. It's Ricky in the previous round with the shotgun op. This round, it's Kusta making a play off balcony. But you have to wonder, is that sustainable? Are they going to be able to keep relying on individual efforts like that? Because in team play and trading scenarios, Misfits is definitely edging them out in almost all of those, moments. So again, it's great to see them getting some sparks and getting some life in them. But again, you have to wonder if they're going to be able to keep that up. They do have Misfits onto a save, though, and that's going to be great news for them. It gives them a chance to maybe get an easier time closing the gap. As Ethan looks to get aggressive in A main, he should be spotting someone soon.
Ooh, they pre-fire it. They know. That smoke makes it blindingly obvious. Was that deep smoke in Ethan? Very common spot to be held. You see AWPs up there commonly just getting a shot, dropping back into the smoke, and it's so hard to trade, especially anti-eco, right? When you have a main control, Misfits are going to be aware. They're playing extremely passive with these pistols, and they look to regain it. They wait for the flank up through Squeaky. And Ethan now got to watch both positions. But why would you pull out a nade? That's so dangerous. And he'll pay the price. FNS the only man to do damage, and damage he does. But 2 kills is all that he finds as Misfits trade it back. Bomb stuck on the forklift and dropped as well as Ricky finds a shot with the AWP. It does get thrown over, but not far enough. Misfits can't retrieve it. And CLG hold on to that bomb position, but Devek, quick shot with a deagle, trying to keep things in question, and he finds 2. This is ridiculous. If Misfits were to win this round with such little investment, that'd be crazy.
I mean, think of the repercussions. It's a reset to CLG. It's a round they should be winning and closing the gap on. Misfits didn't invest much into this.
Yeah, the previous round was Misfits' real option to reset, but now somehow they've done it with pistols, or almost have. Molotov is good for Kusta. That will surely force Shazam out of position, but he moves before it lands, so there won't be noise made by the burning. As Kusta now spots and moves back in, missed flash, won't be able to connect with him, and there's a peek. He finds the frag, so CLG holds strong, but 1 player left in a full anti-eco. That's a bit costly.
Yeah, definitely forces them to do a lot of rebuying here, so they're still in a scenario where a reset would be devastating and get Misfits right back into it. Misfits are going to be so happy with that. They got a bomb plant and almost won the round off the back of not even spending money into armor, just some upgraded pistols, so definitely not too shabby from them. But we do have CLG bought into this one now. AWP still out onto Ricky. Rifles, utility across the board, so they should be able to contest pretty well here. Looks like they want to focus on defending middle.
Putting a lot of pressure here. We saw Liquid do similar things, and even Misfits on their CT side towards this exact position might have had a little less effect, as the T side was the one to really reign supreme on this map earlier. Misfits are now given controls. With CLG, they take early presence, but they back off that Z player. He looks to move back in, though, so they try to regain this 3-man control. Flash into middle, peek as well, but they spot no one. Misfits aren't showing a lot of presence other than this boost spot, and Devo dropped.
I'm surprised they're committing a second Molotov defense instead of clearing out sandbags with a Molotov. It's so common to molly sandbags. They're not going to do it, and because of that, CT gets to just hold an angle there with the crossfire highway. It's going to be so hard for Misfits to press deeper in the middle now.
And they've got to make a move as well. 1 minute left on the clock, and still Ricky constantly rotating back and forth between the sites. There we go, Devek, quick kill. And that's going to be at least Kusta getting a bit too aggressive for his good, and will force Cutler to fall back as he can't trade now from the highway. He's not going to look to find that frag, and that just gives Misfits a great opportunity to close this round now because they have that man advantage splitting into the site. Although I say split, they've got no one through main. It's full highway here, 4 players making their way out. Finally, there's some trades as Cutler gets aggressive in main. It's perfect, they line up, and he finds 2 kills. That's a mistake of having so much pressure coming in through highway and not having anyone to split through main and Squeaky. Now it's all onto Amanek. Well, he's got the time to play with. He doesn't know where these 2 players are. And Cutler's pushed himself deep into main still. Ricky pushed up on B, and that's unfortunate because Amanek, he can push back into the site from the back. And Ricky, I'm sure he's eventually going to realize this, and he's got to come back into B. They have no idea. Now they'll know. No,
they're still looking at A? Okay, never mind. No. Ricky's picked up on it now. All right.
Yeah, Cutler got onto the site, but at 1 second they were looking at it. Now Amanek has to hold off the cross. Again, assuming they play trade game, they push them together, this should be okay. Amanek doesn't know they're both pushing vent, but if he checks this, it should make it blindingly obvious. There's the information. Could be heaven, but again, now he just moves back and not going to fully face. Bomb's still for him, and they'll be aware of it. Cutler goes to the spray, and he gets it. Massive round for Cutler. 4 kills, and CLG up to 4 rounds.
Yeah, Misfits are looking pretty good into that one. I mean, they were responding well. They caught Kusta trying to make a play. They got a 5-on-4. They're getting up highway. Things are looking fantastic, but then Cutler from A main makes a massive play. I think he gets 3 kills over there and then winds up finishing the job over in B bomb site in the 2v1. So again, it's these individual plays coming in from CLG, and it's been a different guy every time, I feel like, that's done it. It was first it was the op of Ricky, then it was Kusta rifling on a retake A on Balk, and now it's Cutler making one with the rifle. So yeah, I guess it has become somewhat sustainable for them to have these big efforts.
Yeah, pulling it back from a really nice start for Misfits. Last 4 rounds in the way of CLG, which is a nice change of pace. Although that's an unfortunate start. Ethan tagged up heavy, going to fall back to the safety of the vents, and not going to drop into B just yet in case Misfits are taking early control outside of Checkers, just in case. Misfits, well, they've got top mid control, they're going to slow it down. Don't want to push too early. Counter Logic Gaming not getting too aggressive up on B. They have a couple of players on the edge of the smoke, but shouldn't overstay their welcome with this one. They have, however, pushed Ricky deep into Squeaky.
They're at least denying access to Misfits getting control of Checkers early or being able to get comfortable in the B lobby. Kusta can just hold this. They can, maybe get more risky, rotating a B player out. But they're actually going to keep Ethan over here, kind of helping Kusta out some type of crossfire. Misfits should know someone's sunroom with that smoke, or at least know it's possible.
It's just with Ethan, now they might not expect it. Now they might think that's the backing off player. Luckily, Sean Gez checks it. So good, at least knowledge there. Takes both kills onto B. And Misfits, again, another round where they've just got a double entry. They've got control of the site. There's nothing CLG can do, although FNS in through the smoke, damage and a kill. And he looks to get more done as well. Like Ricky did, he does. As he pushes through it, gets 2 more frags. Massive work from the CLG player, as now Misfits have to retrieve the bomb from the trench and get it down. And while FNS has been traded, this has suddenly been made a doable round just off the back of, again, a massive individual performance from a completely different player. CLG should definitely give this one a shot. It's going to be difficult. Double kits up, AWP, but good utility, and they're playing
that incendiary could set up Ricky to have a player flushed out into his angle with the scope, so there's definitely a way to make this work.
They're both on site as well, so this isn't an awkward post plant here for Misfits. The issue is CLG are taking so much time, right? They're wasting seconds, valuable seconds. They need to push on back in, and they don't realize that they're both playing site as well. That should give it away. Sean Gez goes to the quick peek. The shot missed from Ricky, and he should just save that AWP. CLG taking a hell of a lot of time on that retake.
Yeah, I feel like they didn't even really do anything with that incendiary that Cutler threw either. Like, they weren't really able to capitalize on anyone shuffling around the site. They didn't really have anyone with an angle on it, so it wound up just not being a factor. At least Ricky steps away with the AWP and salvages something there, but Misfits right back onto the board. After a bit of a winning streak coming in there for CLG, Misfits finally do respond. Make sure that the gap doesn't get closed anymore, at least for now, as they extend their lead a little bit.
And again, the Mac 10 up. Looking to farm cash, CLG. Not a lot of armor here, only 2 players. Oh, sorry, 2 players unarmored. And 2 players not without head armor as well, so even still dangerous to be up against that SMG, as we talked about earlier. It's actually Ricky to open things up this time, down on B. So he shut down Amanek, holding on for the passive play. And as a result, we see some aggression here from CLG. Yeah, Kusta's pushed all the way up into T-spawn, so he's going to pick up that gun, wrap as well, and try and maybe get on the flanking players of Misfits as they attempt to hit this A bomb site. And attempt they will. Devon Devek up through mid. There's no control here for CLG. They have no information, and every frag is going the way of Misfits. So nice site take. Ricky caught on that rotation as well, and this looks to be over.
Yeah, I think Misfits just responded well. They had a good read that Kusta was pushing through B. They knew that they had the op posted up aggressively there. They knew they had to make a move fast on the opposite side. But Kusta, he might have a chance. He's got armor, he's got a max, and he's indoor, but he has to open it, and that's the thing. The information's there. As soon as he hits that E key, not able to even find a frag off the back of it. And so, CLG, it's a situation where, yeah, they won 4 in a row, but all the rounds were so close, so the instant they lose, they have to go into a really bad buy scenario. Misfits capitalize, and now, CLG are still up against the ropes, I think, when it comes to their cash. I can't really look at it right now, but they may actually have enough to pull off a buy here since they didn't invest too much into that one. Yeah, there it is. So basically a full buy, a little bit lacking on utility, but not too shabby.
I was very surprised they'd actually go for this. Yeah, the utility's not great, but no, they've got a fair bit more than I would have expected coming into this with the only 2-round loss bonus, right? Only $1,900, and they get full rifles. Let's see if this comes back to haunt them, considering they don't have that utility and they don't have the prolific kits, just one. Misfits again, back to basics, up fast towards the top of middle, and there's no one here for CLG. They just got one player towards Z, again the AWP of Ricky, but we've not seen too much work done in middle from this position.
A lot better molly utilization here from Misfits at middle. They weren't mollying sandbags in the past. This time they did, so they made sure everything's clear. They're also doing a molly you don't see a ton, which is actually mollying counter boost. It can be so tricky to deal with that, and you see Misfits committing a Molotov very often so to make sure that no one's going to be up top with them as they come over. So it's just making things easier for them.
Yeah, just playing very clean, very safe. We talk about them playing methodical and calculated CS, and that seems to be the case again. And this time it's another B-site take for Misfits, a double entry found from the MAC-10 of Amanek, and the bomb site opened up. Despite CLG having full rifles, it clearly wasn't enough to deal with that MAC-10. And Amanek upgraded to the M4 now. He's even got his teammate chasing in through Squeaky. That's 6. So right now, CLG are pincered up on this A-bomb site.
That's crazy. They basically just won the round off of taking mid control, denying information, and Amanek getting 2 kills with the MAC-10 at B. I mean, like, and that's it. I mean, it's all over at that point. He caught the aggression at the lobby, and CLG forced with the low money situation just to kind of sit back and save this to carry over to the next round. So, again, getting utilization out of a MAC-10 against players without head armor.
Oh, that's unlucky timing, FNS. Grabs one on the exit. Still, Devedevek is here to trade. He hasn't got an incendiary or an HE to make his job easier. So the smoke goes down, and that actually allows Sick to get work done on A. There's FNS, he looks away from the smoked off main, only to turn back and meet his maker. CLG save only a single AWP, so Misfits up to 9 now on the T side. 9-4. This is looking very, very good. And we actually see a pause called in. I can only imagine that's a tactical from CLG. They need to take a second to work out what they want to do, because, again, more money's being built up for Misfits, and less is existing for CLG. They've only got 3-round loss bonus, and that is it.
Yeah, it's been tough on CLG. I had a little bit of a streak going there, but now it's come to an end, and Misfits are getting off to a really solid first half showing here. And again, it wasn't the T side that was their problem against Liquid, though. I mean, they had that under wrap, just like they have in this game. So I'm just kind of, wondering if they're going to be able to carry that form over to the CT side and make sure they kind of close this thing in a proper amount of time.
Yeah, and again, this is a decider match, right? So the loser of this is going to be going home.
Yep.
And that's never fun after only a couple of games as well. So got to keep their heads up, got to keep vigilant into this map, and it's only a best of 1 as well, so even more dangerous as CLG such little investment. Again, the MAC-10 as always here for Misfits, back up towards A, and it's a perfect setup as well because there's only one player here. However, that one player has the only gun for the team. It's the AWP. It's Ricky. First kill in main, looks back towards Squeaky, but he misses a shot. Only a flashbang to work with, but he gets a second kill. This is good. It's all Ricky today. 3, and he doesn't hit the 4th, but it's going to be Sick to trade. And Misfits now limited to 2. They've got to get this done. And while CLG don't have a lot to play with and only one armored player, it's still dangerous territory. MAC-10 up for Amanek, AK up for Sick, and the AWP going to be attempted to be retrieved. Cutler grabs it. So now CLG beginning to push back in for the retake. They need to play grouped because they can't afford to play these 1v1s. They don't have the manpower to deal with it. Amanek pushing on through his teammate dead, and now he's stuck in a 1v4. First found, jumps in again through the smoke and finds 2, but he's got 2 bullets left. Reload needed. He's delaying it. He needs this reload. He needs the ammo.
Oh.
Molotov on the bomb, perfectly placed, but he's still going to get overrun.
No smoke, no kit.
They should have it. Surely, right?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't hear the bomb.
Uh,
I still can't hear it, so I don't know. I'm sorry.
No, they got it. No.
No?
What?
Okay.
Oh my god, they actually don't? Oh, man. You hate to see it.
Yeah, sorry, I couldn't hear the bomb, like our sound's a little bit low on the headset, so I wasn't 100% sure. But yeah, Amanek, you could see why he was doing that. He was just waiting to win the round with the Molotov, thinking, yeah, there's no way they have the smoke to extinguish this, and he was right.
Yeah, that's very well played. Again, knowing if you're up against anti-eco, right, that's always the way. You know they're never going to have a kit. You know they're going to have limited utility as well.
It just stinks that all the work Ricky put into that round to give him a chance to win, that they still wound up losing it like that. I mean, just a couple of seconds off getting that defuse, so tough pill to swallow, I'm sure. But we come into the final round of the half with a fully decked out CLG and brandishing that double op setup. Again, Misfits playing it quite slow. And I think it's cool that they are approaching this game so much differently. It shows you the diversity of this team. It shows you how deep Sean Gares can be and the different approaches he can bring to this map.
That being said, I'm surprised to not see any fast executes that did work out versus Liquid up against CLG. You know, I'd say Liquid is a far tougher opponent given recent performance in the way that these two teams have been matching up on LAN, whereas Misfits have had no issue with dispatching of CLG at the minor.
Yeah, I think it's more of a case of just maybe trying out new things and maybe just Shonger's having a read, thinking that this is his best course of action. As he's definitely a guy who does his homework and reviews his opponent, so that could be just something he saw in the demo that this particular style would work. Kusta finding the opening pick in this round. Hot flash as well. He's going to re-peek. He's looking for more. Does get counter flash though.
Yeah, won't be able to get a second kill. It's only Amanek left here, just trying to bait them in, trying to cause a distraction as the rest of the players look to rotate that bomb. In the meantime, those CLG keep aggressive in middle, and that's good timing. FNS with one, make it two again, stepping up. The CLG, they keep themselves intact and in the man advantage. Sick is a man left to trade, or at least try to as he runs up highway, but there's going to be one player close and he doesn't check the corner. Neaton up on the top rafters, dropping the bomb. 20 seconds left. This should be over, right? Last round of the half. Amanek can realistically do it, but it's going to require his Nikes on as he's got to run a whole distance. And Kusta Deegs to finish things off. Good half for Misfits, but again, it's CLG with only 5.
Indeed. Very big half from Misfits, again, keeping their T sides on point, which is a characteristic of Shonger teams, to be fair. But we'll have to see if CLG can respond. So we're taking a quick look here at the scoreboard in just a second, just to kind of give you a little bit of a rundown of how things have gone. It's actually been Devo Duvik who has been kind of the man to talk about in this game. 104 ADR, 16 kills. So maybe letting Amanek rest a little bit. That guy was really doing some heavy lifting in that Liquid game, really up top the scoreboard. He's played great at the Americas minor as well, but now Devo Duvik's out there putting in a little bit of work. Shazam's still been awfully quiet this tournament, though. I know he had a struggle against Liquid, and he's also he hasn't really been called upon too much in this game just yet, but definitely hasn't really seen a whole lot of action going his favor.
Well, we can't let that thought slip, right? Because again, we went in the Misfits Liquid game earlier. Oh, Shazam has 6 kills at the half, but it doesn't matter. They're 13-2 up. They lost the game in overtime. So as far as I'm aware, yes, he can be near the bottom of the board, and yes, it might not be affecting Misfits now. He just needs to make sure the team or he steps up and keeps his streak going. Because again, it was a CT side where we saw this exact team fall apart and them lose the game as a result.
It's just uncharacteristic of him because I feel like he's a guy that's often underrated. I think fragging-wise, he's one of the better operators from the North American scene. I definitely agree, it's been other issues that maybe people have criticized him for. He's also flies under the radar as like a decent entry rifler when he doesn't have an op, which is something that not a whole lot of other oppers have, besides maybe like Ricky, actually, when it comes to teams playing in the North American region. So that's something else just to kind of think about. Doesn't get sometimes all the credit that he's due.
Definitely getting outshined by the Frenchies today, though, as they are more so the firepower for this team, or at least proved to be today. And again, we have a lot of firepower on this Misfits roster. They were saying on the desk that CLG don't match up, but do they match up in this pistol round? Devo Duvik has already kicked things off, and yes, Shazam and Sean in the meantime as well. Great holding kills from this A bomb site. It's a couple of trades coming in, but still 6 stands towards the back of the site and clicking heads left and right. It's Kusta left alone, and he's got a huge task ahead of him. Damage done. He does close out a kill into Sean Gez, but 1 bullet left. Upgrades, but he's flanked. Amanek coming back in through main. That will be the round done. Misfits, they secured the pistol once again.
So they've won both pistols in this game, and the pistol they got in the first half wound up leading them to getting to a 5-0 start because they won opening gun round as well. And if that were to happen for them again, they would be looking real good. I mean, they'd basically be at map point if they were able to have the 5-0 start. So we'll see if they can shut this one out quick and easy, or if CLG has some fight left in them. They do go ahead and force buy up. They get a bomb put in the previous round, so this is kind of typical stuff for them. Kusta, though, already out of the equation very early on in middle.
Yeah, and still close positioning from Misfits with these SMGs up in the checkers area. Ricky going to catch out one, so it's a refrag back in, but Amanek, we've seen him from this position before with the M4. The UMP this time's not as good, but this time he's got support. However, he's already dead. Deegs coming in for CLG, and they're doing good work. Shazam somehow missing every shot from the heaven as he's not given the opportunity to close out the kill. Yeah, the accuracy on that burst is far more accurate. If you just go for single shots, it's questionable. It's not the best accuracy at that kind of range.
It's weird because they actually don't have the bomb in the site yet, but they have a player in B, so they want to try to make this work, but they're getting shut down right now.
And again, Misfits pushing before the bomb going down as well. They're just confident. You can see these guys. There's no need for them to take these fights. Yeah, holding the cross like this is fine, but we just saw Sick push back into the site, get a kill, and fall back. You know, those kind of plays aren't needed when not only do you have a man up, but you also haven't got the bomb down. You know, you can just wait for that bomb to be planted, but Misfits playing very aggressive.
Yeah, CLG were looking pretty good in that round there for a moment. I mean, they were able to start getting some kills and get into B, but the bomb never made it in. But they had a player inside site, and so I think that they were maybe considering shuffling the bomb actually back over to the A bomb site, but then you're leaving a player stranded in B, and while he can certainly hold people in place and deny rotations and maybe give you a shot to get into A and plant the bomb, when you're at limited resources, you want that guy to be with you to help you get frags to win the round. And so I think it was just a tough decision to make, as they're now on full Glocks, but they get an entry up highway, but Misfits are quick to respond, so it seems like it shouldn't be too much trouble for them.
Yeah, again, almost full Glocks here for CLG. Nice little jump burst from Kusta, but it will net him only 1 kill. And 2 in the round. Ricky unlikely to find a third. Misfits look to be up to 13 rounds on the CT side. So, you know, it's good. But again, you know, I just get flashbacks to earlier where they got, you know, 13-2 and still threw it away. It was 15-5, and now they're at 13-5. So, got to be careful all the way to that final round. This is an important match. This is an elimination match for these teams.
Yeah, I mean, again, if they were to lose here, CLG, it would just be such a tough end of the year for them. I mean, when you think about not making the major qualifier, getting knocked out in groups at DreamHack Denver, getting knocked out of EPL and ECS playoff contention, it's just been a rough ride for them these last few months, and it's really been a rough ride for them most of the year.
Yeah, and hopefully that will change, but so far this map is not looking the best for them. Got a long road back if they want to pull this to a win. And Misfits got the AWP up on Shazam here on B. CLG looking to put pressure. There's 2 players up in Squeaky, but it's only a fake. They've already fallen back as CLG look to put pressure down on the other side of the map. They've got Bomb. And Sean Gares dropping back to the site to try and support Shazam. So Misfits, they've definitely got the manpower and the firepower. However, they've given up A in the meantime. If we look, we've got aggressive positioning from Deverdevek. He's pushed up towards close mid, but Misfits, they've given up A, and that's actually allowed Kusta to worm his way out. I'll be interested to see if they draw the bomb back after being given the bomb site.
You would think they have to now.
Yeah, they've got time to, and yeah, that's exactly what's going through. FNS rotating.
Yeah, they're keeping pressure on B to kind of keep Misfits guessing, though. Ricky even gets a kill on the Sean Gares, and so that kind of holds people out in middle who are thinking about going Vince. That gives the bomb even more space to get into the A-bomb site.
And Misfits, who are already questioning playing A as they had a heavy mid setup, now going to think, oh, it's definitely B. They've got an entry. Surely they'll hit the B bomb site. But because CLG took A earlier on in the round, Misfits have actually just been double faked. So that player rushing onto B to get the kill, there was no pressure on him. It was Ricky, of course, who got the frag.
That one kill made the world of difference on how Misfits rotations work, and it basically locks up the round for CLG. That's a crazy series of unfortunate events for Misfits, basically, how that played out.
I mean, even if he dies, it sells the fake enough that Misfits aren't going to be like, oh, he died B, let's send a player back A. You know, they still had no players on A. So worst comes to worst, you know, he dies, he doesn't get a kill. And Misfits either hold their setup, which is heavy mid anyway, which, yeah, you can rotate up through highway, but you don't actually you aren't able to stop the bomb. Or maybe they just go, okay, maybe they're committing B, let's pull one.
That was just such an unorthodox setup for Misfits. I mean, typically, even if you are going to focus middle and you're going to play retake A, someone would be kind of like Truck, like spotting A main, or at least seeing if they're smoking forklift. That way you know A is actually a threat. But with it just being a highway focus, they just had no idea these people are just walking out A main like that. But granted, you're probably thinking to yourself, no way they just walk out A main. Like, who does that? You know what I mean? It's very risky to do when you're thinking about all the positions CTs could be playing. So a little bit of mind games going on there, and CLG do win out in that particular scenario.
Yeah, luck and timing. Misfits won't make that mistake again, or you'd like to think. They've still got the AWP in play on Shazam, though. That's going to be something to watch out for. Hopefully he'll be able to have an AWPing performance. As CLG, they don't have their AWP in play just yet. Kusta not able to pull that in on this T side. And again, they've not spotted Shazam, so that's one of the important factors. They've not had an issue with the AWP just yet, as he's not really been off to form. Misfits this time, a little more pressure on A as well. 3 players up there. No mid-control as a result, but they've got players spotting down highway from the back of quad. So some information, you know, CLG can't just run into Z and cause havoc, but they could go for that vent split, which is so, you know, important for that B split.
Here's the thing, if they decide to go A, it's going to be tough to crack open that A defense right now. You got 2 over towards quad, 1 inside the actual site itself. It looks like they might be going for some type of mid to B split, and this would be great because there's 2 inside, who can cause you problems, but if you have the right utility, you're going to move them them out of position, and the rotate for Misfits is going to be garbage. Like, there's no one even close to rotating to the B-bomb side, and you have players highway to cut it off with Cutler. I mean, CLG are out-positioning Misfits in this round by a big margin.
Yeah, this is just a setup gone wrong again for Misfits. As in the previous round, the pressure on mid came back to haunt them. This time it's the pressure on A that will do the same job as CLG look to burst here. If the two players on the back of the site can get work done, that's perfect, but they need to start now. Amanek, M4 in hand, peeks out his teammate already dead, but he's done so much damage. And there we go, Amanek. Second time today from this position. He finds 3 kills. Not going to find 4, but that allows Misfits time to rotate back on in. And while they have that long rotation, as you say, they have the man advantage. And Bomb forced to go down. Full set to utility here for the CT side, but it's sick to trade. Kusta dead in the vents. And now it's Cutler alone. Forced out by the Molotov, needs to take a quick kill. Needs to turn this into a 1v1, but they double peak. And Misfits, 14 rounds.
I mean, Amanek basically won them that round, right?
Yeah,
There's no chance
always.
they win that round without Amanek doing what he did. I mean, they even got the clean first entry, I think, on Sean Garrett, who's inside the site, who faced first. So if you just limit Amanek to, like, 1 frag there, it's such a different round. So big play from Amanek. He gave his team their only out in the positions that they had.
Definitely an instrumental part of Misfits' success, as he was earlier. And while that didn't result in the success of the win, they brought it to OT. And, that was after a 13-2 half that eventually kind of tapered off. But this time, Misfits are looking far more strong, as we would have expected, especially on this map, right? I think that was one of the difficulties for CLG coming into cash, because it's not a bad map for them by any means, but it's not one of their top 3 by.
It felt like that round was just a reminder from Amanek that, yeah, I know I've been quiet this game, but I'm still here. Like,
yeah,
remember me.
I mean, like we talked about this earlier, right? We said Amanek, not only is he getting big multi-kills and flashy kills, but it seemed like all his kills came through where Liquid had the man advantage when they had, okay, we're going to close out this round, we're in a great position. Amanek would suddenly just jump through with 2 or 3 kills that just completely turn the tide of battle.
I would really love to hear from Sean Garrett's, like, what has been the mentality shift or the adjustments they've made to, like, see this version of them at the minor and at this event in recent online matches that look so much more successful than what they were looking like just a couple of months ago.
Maybe we'll be able to find out later after this. Misfits looking good so far. Over double of the opponent's score as CLG are given mid-control once again, but this time it's going to be blindingly obvious, or apparently not. Shazam, caught in the open, looking to throw a flash deep into main. Now going to move back to the car as these T's begin to split up highway. Good shot from Devadevek, but he needs to do more and he won't. He's been wrapped and Sick can't support. Catches 1 and catches 2. The bomb drops from the sky and CLG just left to Ethan. Oh dear, Misfits, they're up to 15.
Yeah, just 1 round away from knocking CLG out of this tournament. Putting CLG in that hole, lose 2, and hit the Jacuz. There's no more CS left for them to play if this round goes the way of Misfits.
Do you believe in the comeback, Dust?
I mean, knowing the games that we've casted so far together personally, we're going to go to overtime. Perhaps 2.
That's how it works. 100% of our matches have been overtime today.
Stats don't lie.
Yeah, stats don't lie.
Small sample size, of course.
Yeah,
Might be misleading a little bit, but, you know, we'll go with it.
Yeah, it's real confirmation bias. But CLG, good bit of utility. The issue is not the utility, it's the weaponry. Pistols across the board, 3 CZs, 2 Deagles. And they hold out a default as well. That just shows desperation to this. They just want Misfits to make a mistake, want them to get aggressive and try and get a pick. But Misfits aren't going to be walking into any funny setups here from CLG anytime soon. They'll have to group, they'll have to go for an execute together. They have the nades to do exactly that and focused up towards middle here on the T side. Only 1 player on defense and it's only going to be passive. Devadevek up highway.
Yeah, CLG looking to try to get out mid, look to see if they can't get any type of pick or something like that. There is a player highway though. They have crept up Kusta with the Deagle. Good flash comes in. Ooh. Kusta peeks with it, finds a kill, looking for quad as well. Who'll get an AK out of this.
Back of the site's good enough for Sick. He proved he could do this from this exact position in the previous round as he finds 1 tagged up and can't double. It's Shazam to support as well. And Misfits, I mean, they're losing players, but they're trading. And at the end of the day, if they can close out the round, even if they lose players, it's not about money. They're only 1 round away from finishing this map. Shazam's alone, though, as Ricky, he's dropped Amanek with the Deagle. So bomb towards the back of the site. That's on FNS as Ricky attempts to rotate on through. Shazam just needs to hold here, try and catch out Ricky crossing towards the bomb site. But with 20 seconds left, FNS is probably going to go for the open plant sooner rather than later. He's just waiting for his teammate to come in for support because they haven't spotted Shazam just yet, you know, this late into the round from this position. So he tries to catch across, nothing comes through. And does he think it's B? Oh, no.
You really hate to see this.
You really do. There we go. He works it out. Oh, that's...
It's just going to be so hard.
Yeah.
Retaking with an op with no utility, I mean, that's going to be so hard. But he actually catches a player out in the open a little bit there with the P250. Isn't able to actually get the kill, though. Does very minimal damage to Finesse. He is going to just go ahead and back off into his AWP. So, yeah, CLG, they get one through. They stay alive for now. But they still have a long road to travel. They'd have to win another 8 rounds in a row just to force an overtime. They've yet to really show us that level of consistency to string that many rounds together throughout this tournament. So it's really asking a lot of them. But we'll see if they can do it one step at a time, and that is the first box checked off.
15-7 here. Misfits still looking confident. This is only their second round lost in this second half. And the previous one they reset it. It was the first buy coming in for CLG, but nothing more. And again, a reset would mean the end of the game here. Double AWP up. So CTs have a lot to play with, whereas CLG, they're going to be struggling with a little bit more. No AWP in the hands of this team. Damage attempted to be made, but Misfits just escaping that by the skin of their teeth.
So just slow and default here for CLG, just kind of spreading the map. Ethan and Ricky trying to work together to see if they can't get some type of pick over towards the B side. Bomb down in useless room. So it has a little bit of a bias towards B. And they're getting, I think this is Finesse, maybe thinking about getting some type of mid boost here. It's actually working over here with Kusta towards the back of mid garage. They may be doing like crisscross smokes at middle. To maybe do some type of later mid control, or maybe just kind of, you know, at least holding people's attention there while they try to push B lobby. But Sean Garrett has gotten the pick in the meantime. There is the smokes out in mid. Flash coming in as well. Sean Garrett's playing that off angle again on top hut, but no one's actually going to come middle.
And look at this setup. Despite only having 1 player on B, Misfits have 4 in mid. This is such a risky one, but we've seen them run it in previous rounds. Shazam on the site, 2 kills. Moves to cross towards the right side of the box, and he gets caught. But in the meantime, everyone else is dying. Ethan, great spray. 2 kills and damage onto the third. He even spots a player in heaven. So information gained, but time is of the essence. Bomb picked up. It's Davidovec up in the vents. He's just going to wait for a teammate to come in for support. They don't want to take this one-on-one because they know that Ethan has already found 3 kills. He could realistically close this one out. Failed flash, but he crosses safely regardless, and Misfits aren't going to be able to stop him. He looks for this kill. He just tries to hunt, but he's not given any kind of options here into this potential last round. Bomb down. And now Misfits are going to begin to time this push back in. They've got no utility to work with. Kit up on Amanek. They should be able to do this, but Ethan, again, he can try and isolate these 2 one-on-ones. Peeks out towards heaven. There's another one. 4 kills found so far. It's just a single one left if he wants to keep them in this game, but he won't. Davidovec shuts it down, and Misfits 16 rounds here on the CT side. They did not fall off in this map. They will take the victory.
Indeed they do, which gives them a chance to still come out of Group second seed. They'll be taking on the loser of one of these winners finals we'll be looking at a little bit later on tonight. Unfortunately, though, this does spell the bitter end of CLG in this tournament and really the end of their year. Without qualifying for EPL or ECS, and obviously not making it to the major qualifier for early next year, and not progressing in this tournament now, there's really not much for them to play the rest of this year. So I think it's really going to come down for them now to really kind of think about what they want the future of this team to be, whether they want to still maintain these 5 and try to work something out, whether some of these players will seek greener pastures elsewhere, or what type of changes they're going to have to make going into 2018, because this is basically the end of the line for them.
Yeah, it's a scary performance so far from CLG. Of course, I'm still happy at Misfits, though. They didn't choke that one away in the second half. They did have a solid CT side. I mean, we only saw, 7 rounds of it, but they still played fine. And moving forward as well, you know, they are going to be given a lifeline, given an opportunity to still get out of this group in second place, which is always nice, because I think this team is one of the surprise coming into the Group B. I think this is a team that kind of people would usually look at a few weeks ago and go, yeah, whatever, it's only Misfits. But now, given their results previously at the minor,
you're
they're
basically looking at 2 teams that have been in the middle of the pack of NA for quite some time, but they have opposing trajectories. Like Misfits seem to be climbing a little bit. They're looking a little bit more impressive.
Yeah.
The team play seems to be coming together. The individual form seems to be raising, whereas CLG seemed to just kind of be stagnant and even to a degree started to drop a little bit as well. And so you have like definitely this kind of 2 different storylines that are very different from each other. You know, one positive and one, you know, a little bit grim.
Yeah, it's a shame as well. CLG, such an old name and such a big name in North American Counter-Strike, and you know they've had rosters in the past that have done some serious work. And I mean, we've even got one of those lovely men on our desk as well. So it's a shame to see them fall off a little bit, but